Hello again, witchy people. I'm here to have a wine and a whinge. It's quite sad actually because I've had a really beautiful day. It's been a really lovely day. My son, actually it's my son's other half, and my son invited me to the French market that's going on in Hythe. So it's in Hampshire, but there lots of French sellers come over and sell their French wares, and it was really lovely. So we went to the French market and took my other mummy as well, and it was really lovely. It was nice to see Celine, who's my son's other half, get really excited about listening to French music again and buying French goods because obviously she's French. And I do have another addition to my garden. She's called Gladys. Well, Gladys and Betty. And Gladys and Betty is a weather vane, and I will show that in a bit. Right, someone's alarm's going off. Anyway, so my Whinge and Whine. You can tell it's a serious Whinge and Whine because I've got coffee in hand, so you know this is serious. And my Whinge and Whine is Etsy. Now, as of, I think it's the 16th of July, Etsy are hiking their prices up. Now, they have promised lots of new things to help sellers get more sales. I am slightly worried that they started this new tiered thing where if you pay, I think it's £15.50 a month, you get one package, and there's another premium package that you can buy monthly, which if it's any more expensive than that is ridiculous. I don't even do that many sales to warrant that sort of price. But it does annoy me that, first of all, they've done this now tier system, so they've made it unfair. It is now not a level playing field for all sellers. Once again, it's, more money for the rich, which really annoys me. But secondly, that this price hike, when I first had an Etsy shop many years ago, when I used to sell my miniatures, I think the charges were, it was 10 cents for everything that you placed, that you had on sale, and they used to take 1.5%, I think it was, or 2%, and that's gone up considerably. When I opened my new shop, the charges were 3.5%. But okay, so they take money, and it is quite annoying because they charge you and then PayPal charges you, which is, there's a double whammy there right in your face. So as of the 16th of July, Etsy are hiking their charges up for sellers, and the charge is now going to be 5%. So that's a bit of a shocker. What they're also going to be doing is charging what we say postage will be. So now my postage costs are more than what the postage actually costs me, but that's because that covers all the packaging that I use, and I'm very careful with my packaging. Lots of bubble wrap and specially handmade cardboard, recycled cardboard boxes, so I'm pretty careful about, and I like it all to be packaged up nicely, and it's the tape that you use, and I like to have fragile tape on it, so that people know that this is something that you can't go shaking around. And that just about covers my cost, sort of. It covers my local costs. If I ship abroad, it doesn't cover the costs. I usually end up paying slightly more, but such is life. But now Etsy are going to be charging me that 5% on top of my postage costs. My postage costs aren't covered at all. I am going to be paying out to send something somewhere, and without hiking up my own prices, my shop is going to fail. And I mean, Etsy's promised all this, you know, oh yeah, we're going to get you more sales. It's pretty much guaranteed, you know, we're putting so much into this and you're going to get more sales. But is that more sales for the people that are buying with monthly fees more stuff for their shops? And I can't afford that. If I make 3 sales a month, I'm lucky. It's a very niche market that I'm selling to, and you know, I mean, I have looked at a lot of people actually, I've noticed, have started to sell the same sort of things as I do. Price wise, I'm pretty sure I'm one of the most competitive. I'm pretty good on prices. I'm doing really well. But that's because I probably get less than £1 back for every sale that I make on my boxes. I mean, because okay, these haven't gone in the shop yet, so haven't photographed them or anything. I get the boxes, I have to buy the catch, I have to buy the padlock, I have to buy the keys. Most people then that I have seen just sell the boxes of herbs. Well, I'll do always feathers, and there'll be pheasant feathers or crow's feathers, and they have to be ethically sourced as far as I'm concerned. So, you know, before I've even put the herbs in, you know, you get these lovely little glass bottles. They cost. So just doing the box and lining the box and buying the bottles, and before I put anything in the box other than the lining, to actually make the box, I think that costs me about £6. About £6 before I put anything in it. And I always put a gemstone in. It may be a small gemstone, but you always get a gemstone, always get the feathers. And then, like I said, they are ethically sourced feathers. I don't like the idea of a lot of feathers that you buy, you don't know where they're coming from. And unless you're picking them up from the ground, you know, I don't like the idea of like all these dyed feathers and stuff that you can get. The herbs, most of them I do grow myself, and they are excess of what I have of my own. But I did grow extra to be able to get extra. And there's things like juniper. I can't get any more juniper because my juniper bush has died. And most of my herbs have been removed from the garden because we're waiting for the builders to come in. So my herb patch is gone, and I've had to start again from scratch. And so I won't have any really good source of herbs, and quite cheap source of herbs, for a good couple of years. So I'm hoping what I have will last until then. One of the very few things I do buy in or get from another source that isn't my garden is lavender. As we all know, I am allergic to lavender, so I don't grow that myself, but my friend does. And, you know, compared to what other people sell, I think I do a really good deal. And I'm not in it to make huge amounts of money. Okay, fair enough. So it's not about the money. I don't like to charge people too much more than what they would have to spend out themselves if they were doing it themselves. So if you were to get a box, buy a box and get all the corners on, and then get your padlock and your little charms and everything, and do everything, it would probably cost you about the same as what I'm selling it for. And I always give you a free gift. Yeah, I mean, these boxes I actually made anointing oil, dragon's blood anointing oil, and it all matches in like with the purple, and the other ones are blue. But how's it going to be for my shop if I have to hike my prices up to cover the cost of Etsy's prices? You know, and they are making it, like I said, it's not a level playing field as of July, because they're offering Barclays, stop chewing your pawpaw. They're offering some sellers, you know, oh, if you pay out this much money, I don't know, you get more apps, or they'll send more people to your shop. I don't know. You'll come higher on their shop listings. I have no idea. And because I am such a niche market, I don't know what's going to happen to it. And I can't afford to run my own website. I suppose I could sell through Facebook, but I don't think people buy a lot through Facebook. I mean, so, and like I said, I think my only other choice is to find a shop. I do know of one shop, and actually I know of two places where I might be able to go and sell my wares through them, but then they take a cut as well. But then at least I wouldn't pay out for postage and packaging, and I don't know, I've got a lot to think about. Like I said, the fact that they've put up their prices like this is it's annoyed me. You know, 5% of everything, including your postage costs. That's ridiculous. I mean, like, if I hike up my postage prices, like I've said, you know, I'm not making anything on national postage. International postage, I am losing. So I'm going to be losing even more now. And yeah, we've already had the double whammy, this triple whammy of the postage costs and the costs and PayPal. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. So if anyone has any ideas, you know, and ideas about selling, you know, and how you sell, if there are any Etsy sellers out there, it'd be interesting to know how you sell and what platform you use to sell on. So there we go. I don't know. We'll try and keep it going. We'll try. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, and on top of that, this was all this, like, we're going to hike your charges up, came after they invited you to take part in their Etsy birthday sale, which is from the 18th to the 22nd of June, which I've done. And I've slashed all my prices by 10%, and and then they hit you with this. So yeah, a bit mean, really. Sneaky Etsy. And I was looking at my books the other day, and I've paid out nearly £1,000 for stuff. This is on top of herbs and other things that I get for free. So I've paid out about £1,000, and I've sold about £450 worth of stuff. So I'm going to have to sell everything that I've got here, plus everything I've got in my shop already, and everything that I can make to make my money back and make anything. And the way it's going, I'm not going to make anything because Etsy are going to rip me off in charges. So there you go, my whine about Etsy. So, but yeah, I think I'll do a separate video for birds out the window again. Totally. I'll do a separate video to show you my new additions to the garden. But yeah, there you go, my whine and whinge about Etsy. So thank you for watching, witchy people. And like I said, if anyone has any ideas, seller platforms, best way to sell, cheapest way to sell, best way to get people to notice you, I would be, you know, very grateful. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.